Hey people, it's Alex Hart. Oh, welcome to Dragon Age. I just wanted a break from Skyrim right now. So, we're gonna try this and probably fail because it doesn't have the option for controller that I can find. Not that I can see. So I cannot read half of these words. Oh, it even has Dragon Age Awakening. That's after Origins, though. Move my mouse out of the way. And so, in the Golden City, blackened with each step, you take in my halls. Methodically, you have brought sin to heavens and doom upon the world.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon.
Well, how long?
Maker, help us all.
Now, we have the human race, style faith, and the dwarf race. The, uh, the, uh, the, uh, dwarves cannot do magic for story reasons. We have the elf race, which Ace, and then we have the human race options. Wonder what race I should play. It's been a while since I played any of the races, so I remember most of it, but I don't remember like all the beginning detail. Where's a dice when I need one? On my room. Apparently not close enough for me to grab. How dare it? Oh, there's a big giant dice over here. Haha. It's a D20, but I could figure out. Oh, I rolled a 1. What's the chances of rolling a 1 on a dice? I guess human. And then we have, we can have a human noble. It's different thing on race if you do, the backgrounds stuff. But we can have a human noble, a mage, which you're locked into the tower. Doesn't matter if you're elf or human, you'll always start in the tower. Or you can have a human noble rogue instead. Humans are nobles, apparently. The elves have the city, and then the wild, and then the dwarves have a commoner or a noble. It's been a while since I've done the noble. I like rogue best.
Greetings.
Okay, that's just the appearance thing. What skin colors can you have? I forget the tattoos, which I usually don't use. Use always, because I don't seem to like them, except the one time when I play an elf in the old Inquisition. But let's see what hairstyles. It's been a while since I don't know why, but I seem to choose this hairstyle a lot. Let's go with ponytail. Hair colors. Black, brown, lighter brown. Could be a redhead. Or it could be very gray and old. Let's be a redhead. I don't usually mess with the shape of eyes. Can I even see the eye color changing? Not really. I see nothing changing. Eye color, whatever you think it is. I cannot notice the slight difference of color. I don't really mess with nose and mouth really. So I'm not really good at telling. Does this look goofy if I mess with it?
No, it is gone.
How do you do?
Greetings.
Greetings. Charmed, I'm sure. Greetings.
I don't like
Charmed, I'm sure.
I know we need a name. Did not think of a name. How dare I? already, so don't have to worry about that. Just have to worry about the first name. We could just go with Alex. Be ironic. Oh, we are a human. Might as well. And then we have points. We don't really need magic points. So I think it also does something else. It does, but I can't really read what that says. My eyesight sucks, apparently. Yeah, I think it might help with not getting hit with magic as much. I can't really read the descriptions very well. Why are they so blurry? But everything is strength. Just be weird. I'm kind of a heathen. With extra point of strength thing. I don't know why, I have a number problem apparently. I don't know why, but I like having the numbers, as many numbers as the same. And it's only with video games. I don't get that. Herbs are always nice thing to have. Stuff I like to have. I do a lot of dual wielding, so dual wielding's good. Let's go with normal.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. Though we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
Let's see. Was I brought here for a reason? And you are Hal? Is your family here, Hal? So you're not leaving until tomorrow? Was I brought here for a reason?
Since your brother is leading our forces south and I'm going with the Owl, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
Are you certain? What is involved with such a task? I will do my best, father. What? Why can't I go into battle with you and Fergus? Is this really necessary? I'll do my best.
Now that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Of course you're in a dinner fetish. That's the point of showing up unexpected. They're an order of great warriors. They defeated the Dark Sun a long time ago. He said they were a small order and no longer important. Oh, I could just throw him under the fucking bus. Is there a reason I should care? I'm gonna be a dick and throw you under the bus.
I apologize, Duncan. That Aldous has nerve teaching my children such slanderous nonsense.
I take no offense. The Grey Wardens are not what we once were.
I'll not have the Wardens spoken ill of in my household. Without them, the Darkspawn would have killed us all in the first blight. You are the only reason men still live in Thedas. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
How many brothers or sisters do I have? I obviously have a brother because you say one of your sons, but I'm now curious, how many siblings do I have, Father? I really like the idea of Father. Is there a reason I shouldn't join them? I have no interest in becoming a Grey Warden. Yeah, what's the reason I shouldn't join them?
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I have not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
So, not many, so maybe one brother? One or two? And that's not many in my head. Of course. Don't stain my abilities or anything. I doubt I have to be here for that, do I? Of course I'll help.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
Where is Fergus? Are you trying to get rid of me? But I'd like to stay here and talk to Duncan. I'm not done talking to you yet. I'd like to talk to Duncan.
You'll have plenty of time after we're gone. We must discuss the battle plans in the south. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Zoom out so much. Oh, I also why aren't you letting me do? Oh, right. Okay, that's gonna take a while.
As you desire.
We will serve you while the Terran is away.
Swears, get me arrow keys. Yeah. apparently went around. Apparently already lost. Good job, me.
Of course.
Oh cool, I unlocked it. Perfect. Anything in here? Well, there has to be something in here. You had me unlock it. Why is there nothing in here to grab? Oh, there it is. I was going to say. Don't make me unlock something that does not have anything in there. Is the chest there?
As you desire.
Again, I would just take off. It's so much easier. Just go. No wonder I'm so bad at games. I just take everything.
Greetings, my lord. You are the Terran's son, are you not?
I don't have time for this now. And who are you? How is it that you do not know who I am? Indeed, I am Alex. And who are you?
I am a member of Alhal's personal guard. The rest of the Arl's forces are expected tonight. I understand you shall take charge of your father's castle once we march.
That's a little noisy. No, not if I have anything to say. So, I am told, yes. You're being suspicious as fuck. Yes, as I'm told.
Ah, then I wish you luck. Good evening, my lord.
You wish me luck.
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone.
I'll leave you alone then. May us. That it's us, right? No, we. Man, the W's look like U's here. May we speak later. I was hoping to ask you a few quick questions or two.
Very well. I doubt your father would mind a slight delay.
Haha. Is there really dark spell in the south? How much danger are friends and my father in? Would you really recruit me into the Grey Wardens? Did you really come all this way just to see learn more?
Indeed. We spotted a horde assembling in the Korkari Wilds not 3 weeks ago. Luckily, King Kaelan took us at our word and marshaled Ferelden's forces quickly. The first battles have already been fought. Your father and I must move quickly. Thousands. Perhaps 10,000 or more in this horde. Normally the Darkspawn stay in the deep roads. It bodes ill that so many risk the surface.
Thousands.
Well, I understand the first battles have gone easily.
Indeed. Are the Grey Wardens sure this is a blight, and not simply some large Darkspawn raid?
No archdemon has been sighted yet, my lord. But with my entire soul, I believe this is a blight.
I wish we shared your faith. I suppose we shall see for ourselves once we arrive at the King's camp.
I mean, I'm sure if there's thousands, I'm sure it is a blight. You feared it wasn't a blight.
Of course. You are young, skilled, and obviously responsible if your father is willing to turn his castle over to you. The Grey Wardens do not recruit simply anybody, and I intend no flattery when I say you show promise. The old treaties allow me to conscript you even against your father's wishes, but I will not do so. Our order is too small to risk animosity with Ferelden's nobility.
And glad I am to hear it.
It's tempting, your lordship, but I'm content to see what other candidates your castle offers.
You can put me out.
I have only found a couple of worthy candidates in my travels across Ferelden. Your father invited me here, suggesting this Sir Gilmore. If he is not suitable, I will head south and join up with the king.
You know the king?
Not well. King Kalen is an eager young man who has shown great wisdom in responding to the Darkspawn threat.
I've heard he's a bit enraptured with the Grey Warden legend, and that is why he caters to your order.
How? That is unworthy of you.
He only repeats what we've all heard. Whatever the king's reasons, I'll take his support. The priority is defeating the Darkspawn before they threaten all of Ferelden.
Holy cow.
Until we speak again.
There way to have subtitles pop up. And play subtitles. That one. Conversations.
Yes?
Ah, there. So why it's at the top, probably because I have things I can't say. Nothing, sorry to bother you. How long have you and my father been friends? Daughter is interested in me. I tell details with your men, it's nothing serious. I just want to wish you all well now. How long?
We fought together under King Maric when he drove the Orlesians out of Ferelden. Heady times. The years since have not held the same promise. It's not something a youth would understand. It will be good to ride beside your father again.
Of course, it's at the top. Even with me. Okay. You knew King Marky?
Your father hasn't spoken of our time with him? That man took care of his friends. As they say, he was large as life and twice as tall. It's too bad Kalen isn't half that.
You don't think about King Caleb.
I think of him as much as he thinks at all.
That's enough, Hal. You speak of our king.
Oh, the boy did ask, your lordship. As per the latitude you allow. I merely offered my opinion. The topic has come up from time to time. The young and their infatuations. That speaks to your nature, not ours. I can't say I approve of the freedom your father allows. If something did happen, well, we'd address it as befits a family of our stature. Your father's permissiveness has made you willful, indeed. It may not always serve you so well. Poor weather, I believe. Their progress has been slow, but it's nothing you need worry about. In a manner of speaking, if I had reinforced our border levies earlier, my troops could have left before the rains. I confess, my confidence in your father allowed me some complacency. I guess that makes it as much his fault. I thank you. That is quite unnecessary.
Shouldn't you be off to your brother, as I asked? Your brother and I go into battle, not an afternoon tea. Who knows what will happen to us? I will tell you, however, you're my cherished son. I love you, and I trust you completely to carry on the Kuzlin name if the worst should happen. But don't worry about me, dear boy. You'll have enough to occupy your mind while I'm gone. Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, saying goodbye to Oriana and your nephew. When the king demands it. In fact, not sending our forces south would be a distinctly bad idea. Don't worry, pup. You shouldn't see many problems, but I want you to prepare the men left here, in case. Legends of the Blights tell of horrible things. These Darkspawn once threatened many lands. If we can't hold them, you must prepare for the worst. I know you will. You are a Kuzland, after all. But let's not speak of ominous things. We shall assume that all will go well, and the Mako will watch over us. I'll talk to you soon. Just let me finish my meeting with Duncan.
Of course.
All these rooms can't get into.
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
You were looking for.
I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave. No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way in. You know these Mabari hounds. They listen only to their master. Anyone else risks having an arm bitten off. I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we? Just follow the yelling. When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
As you desire.
Good evening, my lord.
Hello, my dear boy. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Kuzlans, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect.
History. Sorry, it is.
I see you haven't changed. Perhaps it would benefit you to join our lesson. Wonderful. Oh, the Kuzland history is long indeed. Where shall we start? Well, records are vague, but the Kuzlans became Tierns during the Black Age. Is that familiar, child? Good. I'm pleased some of my lessons seem to have stuck. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Kuzland organized a curfew and patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tiern. Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young man. It seems you've already plumbed the depths of your potential, then. A pity. At any rate, your family has held the Tournure of High Ever since before King Callan had united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Kuzland battled Callanhad to maintain High Ever's independence. When Callanhad's army reached High Ever, Tierna Elethea led the local bands against him. Obviously, Callanhad won. Callanhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Callanhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event. The Kuzlans are ardent royalists now, but at that time, Callanhad was unknown and considered dangerous by many. When Callanhad's army reached High Ever, Tierna Elethea led the local bands against him. Obviously, Callanhad won. The history between the Kuzlans and the House reaches back to the Orlesian occupation. During your grandfather's rule, of course, Orlais found it difficult to hold these lands. During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near Highever. The port village of Harper's Ford was the tournier's center. Its Arl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over. The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick and General Loghain, just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Cailan, to fight the Darkspawn. Thank you for indulging an old man.
Oh, does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself.
Fine.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my son, along with Sir Gilmore. Tell me, Sir Gilmore, has my pup collared that dog yet?
Not just yet, your ladyship.
Darling, do take care of that. That malodorous hound of yours is an excellent protector, but he drives Nan to distraction. I'm not asking you to travel to the moon. The kitchen is just around the corner. Sir Gilmore, see that it gets done.
As your ladyship commands.
Good. With any luck, I'll be able to feed my guests before the end of next week. Darling, you remember Lady Landra?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
Weren't you drunk?
I'm so proud of my pup's mastery of tact and diplomacy.
Well, it was a lovely salon, from what little I remember.
Which wouldn't be much, considering we had to pour you into the carriage afterwards.
You remember my son, Dyron. He's riding with your father tomorrow.
It's good to see you again, my lord.
And you?
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great honor, my lord. I have heard many wonderful things about you.
Don't look now, Eleanor. But I believe the girl has a crush on your lad.
Lady Landra!
Hush, Landra. You'll turn the poor thing scarlet. Aware that my husband and son are about to ride off to battle and perhaps never return? Quite.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your lordship. Sir Gilmore.
Good evening.
Good evening, my lord.
Good evening.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
He's not a mongrel.
A blight wolf is what he is. How am I supposed to work like this?
Oh dear. Mistress, calm down, please.
That's it. I'll quit. Inform the turner. I'll go and cook at some nice estate in the Banorn.
Nan, please. We'll get the dog. Calm down.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
Delighted. All right.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here?
What's Mark?
Oh, encourage the hound, why don't you? No wonder he keeps giving Nan fits. It does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, did you hear that?
Dog's name. Cat.
Serves you right!
Aha! What to do?
Alan, am I reduced to the post of Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
Those were very large.
I've seen larger. They come up from the Kakari wilds sometimes. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Actually, he was defending you against rats.
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones.
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
Yes.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lord. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
I mean, so cleaned out here while you were working in there.
So, you managed to solve Nan's dog issues? I'll take that as a yes. Good work, darling. Now you should say goodbye to Fergus before he leaves, don't you think? I love you, my darling boy. You know that, don't you?
Hardly.
Indeed. I turned around, and here you are. A fine man in your own right. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. Go do what you must, then. I will see you soon.
See you later, Mother.
Of course. Delighted.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren. And I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little brother to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
Should I wait outside?
Stay. I'd like to say farewell.
I wish I could go with you.
I wish you could come. It'll be tiring killing all those darkspawn myself.
Surely your father would not place both his heirs in danger?
Mother and father have been fighting about it for days. It's too bad. I could have used you at my side.
Oh. You'll be missed, brother.
If it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Orin. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
He was a recruit.
Oh, if I were a Grey Warden, little brother, I'd have my eye on you. Not that father would ever allow it. Word from the south is that the battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two. Then the Arl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
And miss having both my children in one place before I leave? Not likely.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus,
You are a man.
You would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. I swear it's like living with a pack of small boys.
I'll miss you, mother dear. You'll take care of her, brother, won't you?
Oh, good. How thrilling to know I'm so well taken care of.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
If you should need any assistance in the coming days, I would be glad to offer it.
Mama says you're going to be watching over us while Papa is gone. Is that true, Uncle?
Yes, that's true.
What if the castle is attacked? Will there be dragons?
Dragons are terrible creatures, Orin. They eat people.
Yeah, I want to see one.
This is your influence, Fergus.
What? I didn't say anything.
Are you going to teach me to use a sword, Uncle? Then I can fight evil too. Take that, dire bunny. All darkspawn, fear my sword of truthiness.
You bet.
Fergus, there are times your family causes me great pain.
Now, mind your mother, Orin.
I never get to do anything.
Don't worry, son. You'll get to see a sword up close real soon, I promise.
Yeah. Murder you, I'm kidding. What's wrong, boy?
My lord! Help me! The castle is under attack!
Do.
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt?
I'm fine, what's going on?
A scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Hal's men. Why would they attack us?
You betrayed father.
You don't think Hal's men were delayed? On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed.
Nope. I haven't. It was in my room.
We must find him.
Sounds like a battle.
We must fight our way to him. Your father needs us both. I am no Orlesian wallflower. Give me a sword and I'll use it. Now let's go. No! My little Oren! What manner of fiend slaughters innocents? How is not even taking hostages? He means to kill all of us. Oh, poor fuckers. Let's go, I don't want to see this.
Oh, he's dead. Congratulations, so you saw your first play really soon.
You're dead!
I'm so sorry. If she hadn't come to me, if she hadn't been here. Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere. The front gates. That's where your father must be. I have my treasury key. We could go there first and take the Kuslan sword from the vault. If anything is worth fighting to keep out of Hal's hands, it's that sword. But it may be a dangerous path. Listen, darling, we haven't much time. If we can't find your father, you must get out of here alive. Without you and Fergus, the entire Kuslan line dies here. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants' entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me? Then survive and visit vengeance upon him.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here! Yes, my lord! Here they come! Where is everyone else?
I will drive you from our land myself!
Go! Man the gate! Keep those bastards out as long as you can! Your ladyship, my lord, you're both alive. I was certain Hal's men had gotten through. When I realised what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hal's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly. When I last saw the Terran, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over us all.
Delighted.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce!
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding!
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there. He can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think. Ah, my boy. If only Will could make it so.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go!
Someone must reach Burgess. Tell him what has happened. Yes. Vengeance.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. Howe's men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My younger son helped me get here. Make her be praised.
I am not surprised.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me, but I beg you, take my wife and son to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything!
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
The king will see justice done. The Grey Wardens, however, must face the Darkspawn above all else.
He is right, Bub.
I will take the Tyrna and your son to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then, your son joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us. We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our son will not die of Hal's treachery. He will live and make his mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you. My place is with your father. At his side to death and beyond.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, Pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your brother has already arrived with High Ever's men, but we are still awaiting your father. Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word. No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds. Not until the battle is over, I fear. Until then, we cannot even send word. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true Blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yes, we should proceed with the ritual. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.